Okay, I'm here at the virtual Africa Tech Festival 2020. It's great to be here. My name is Jacques Ludik. I'm going to talk about AI initiatives to help transform Africa. I'm representing the Cortex Group, Cortex Logic as an AI engine for business. These are my business initiatives, as well as the Machine Intelligence Institute of Africa, which is a non-profit organization aimed at transforming Africa through AI. So my massive transformative purpose is shaping a better future in the smart technology era. And when I refer to the smart technology era, I'm speaking about the fourth industrial revolution. And AI is probably the exponential technology in the smart technology era. And as you can see on this slide, that's showing value that can be unlocked, business and societal value. And you can see initially it was more the agricultural, fishery, metals industries, which then on top of that, you saw the industrial, financial industries. And then between 1995 and 2019, it was kind of the internet era. And after that, it's because we're instrumenting the world with the internet, with social media, with smartphones and all these kind of devices, Internet of Things. We actually create so much data that we give enough data for AI algorithms to unlock tremendous value. So that positions us in the AI era. So what's the opportunity for Africa? We don't want Africa to be left behind. So if you look at the race for leadership, global distribution of AI startups, really, you will see Africa, there's not a lot relative to what's happening elsewhere. So we need to do some dramatic things here to change this. Now, we do have some good examples. My first AI company was sold to General Electric in 2011. That was the first AI company on the African continent that was sold to a multinational. And since then, there's a number of great examples of AI-driven startups that's doing great things on the African continent. My next generation AI company is called Cortex Logic, and we've been busy with fantastic stuff also to make an impact. And we've just transformed the business into a scalable platform business focusing on wellness. I'll just mention briefly a bit about that. But in terms of the massive transformative purpose, it's really about helping businesses and society thrive in the smart technology era. And we want to transform Africa through these smart technologies, such as AI, and then building AI communities and exponential organizations. And we've been seeing a number of exponential organizations that become unicorn companies, that's becoming truly impactful. I think the opportunity or the challenge is to actually create businesses that allow more people to benefit. We need to democratize AI. So there's incredible opportunity, but there's also a responsibility to do this in the right way. Tremendous opportunity for Africa to still leapfrog. We obviously need the infrastructure, but those are things that people are working on that to put that in place. Now, I've mentioned that I'm representing Cortex Group and Cortex Logic. The specific wellness, ultra-personalized AI-enabled wellness platform is called Journey, well-being one interaction at a time, and the focus is really on improving wellness for all. On the Machine Intelligence Institute front, our focus is really on transforming Africa through AI. And a little bit more about the Machine Intelligence Institute of Africa. It's a significant community that consists of thousands of people and members and followers. The focus specifically is building an innovative community, an accelerator for machine intelligence or AI, and data science research and applications to help transform Africa. And these are just some of the partners of the Machine Intelligence Institute of Africa. Now, the vision for the Machine Intelligence Institute of Africa is to really develop a collaborative, impactful African AI ecosystem. We can't just do this on our own. We need multiple stakeholders, different stakeholders across the spectrum to help and collaborate. So we want to help connect the dots, connect partners. We want to collaborate. We want to form this global partner network of excellence, not just organizations here in Africa, but internationally as well. The focus is really to help transform Africa and shape that better future for all in the smart technology era. So what are the specific things that we doing? So first of all is growing and connecting an innovative collaborative community. And there's a number of communities in Africa, and I will quickly show some of the excellent work being done across the continent. But we would like to connect and support. A second thing that I think that I haven't seen properly done at international scale is certification and accreditation of AI-related learning courses, practical experience and skills on an individual level, where people are being acknowledged for even YouTube videos or informal courses or courses that's maybe not going even through universities or colleges. And then practical experience that you obtain by just doing data science competitions, Kaggle or Zindi in Africa, or just doing work at companies, or maybe just in your own spare time. So is there a way to certify and accredit you for all of those kind of knowledge that you obtain? So I think there's opportunity to be innovative around that. Then thirdly, there's a huge responsibility to create robust, ethical, trustworthy AI. And the Machine Intelligence Institute of Africa, our aim is to also help validate and advise on those kind of implementations at organizations and businesses. Fourthly, very important, if we want to build a community, we need to empower people. For that, we need smart technology centers of excellence. And when I say smart technology, it's not just AI. We talk about blockchain, we talk about Internet of Things, and all sorts of technologies that work together to create solutions and to innovate with. So there's a huge opportunity to do that. And we think that with smart technology centers of excellence, that could be one of the vehicles and tools to actually help do that. Then I think in terms of sustainable development goals, incredible opportunities to deliver impactful, transformative, sustainable development projects across Africa. So that is important. Also, we want to contribute to state-of-the-art research in artificial intelligence, in smart technologies, and its research as well as the applications. And there's great opportunities to help solve the unique problems that we have in Africa here with innovative approaches, and research and application related research is required for that. And then finally, I think it's very important to also map and monitor the growth and impact of the African AI ecosystem. And we can use data science tools, visualization tools, and we've got various plans to actually do that, to create a bit more visibility about what's going on. Okay, so quickly talking about the goals. So just to make it more specific, so growing, connecting 10 million machine learning engineers, AI experts, researchers, data scientists, and smart technology practitioners across the continent by 2030. That sounds audacious, but if you look at Data Science Nigeria, they're looking at 1 million people that they want to train on in Nigeria. And I think 10 million is possible if we collaborate, and we've got organizations like Data Science Nigeria, and with Mia's effort and other organizations, this is possible. Very important also is accrediting of AI-related learning courses, practical experience and skills. And if we can get, say, 1 million people by 2030, that will be fantastic. We've mentioned the validation and advising of ethical, robust, trustworthy AI implementations. We want to do a lot of that. We want to establish these smart technology centers of excellence, and it would be awesome to actually deliver 1 million smart technology entrepreneurs by 2030. And if we want to scale, this is the kind of thing that would be needed to help transform Africa, the whole African business landscape. We obviously want to deliver on sustainable development projects that's impactful and transformative. We want to produce significant research applications. And we want to map and monitor the whole African AI ecosystem as soon as we can. So those are some of the specific goals. If we just look at MIA and the African AI ecosystem, this is not exhaustive. This is just showing some of the partners in the AI African ecosystem. Besides MIA, we also have an AI Africa Wiki, which is a self-curated, comprehensive country-level review of AI resources, people and projects in Africa. The infrastructure is there. It can be worked on. Data Science Nigeria, I'm going to talk a little bit about them. They've been awesome, setting the example here on the African continent. The work that they've been doing in Nigeria to create a whole ecosystem is awesome. Zindi is the data science competition platform similar to Kaggle. And then Google with deep learning in Daba has been doing fantastic work across the continent. We have deep learning in Daba locally in countries, but also African-wide versions that's happening on an annual basis, and it's been shifting around. MIA is also involved with some specific research in collaboration with European and African universities, and specifically this is sponsored by the Volkswagen Stichting and looking at AI diffusion in Africa, but also globally. We've been also partnering with Swiss Cognitive, the global AI hub in Switzerland. They've been doing fantastic work. I'll be talking about Cirrus, Africa's AI initiative around data infrastructure, the compute infrastructure, and everything that goes around with that. A bit more on that a bit later. But then as part of this whole ecosystem, you have universities, we have tech partners, consulting partners, there's incubators, tech hubs, there's various conferences and other data science communities that's also part of this AI ecosystem, which is a really growing AI ecosystem. Now, Cirrus, Africa's AI initiative. So what is Cirrus? Cirrus is a private sector-led initiative, and it's bringing together both academia and industry for the establishment of world-class AI research and application capability. So I'll talk a little bit about that now. It's basically about data infrastructure and compute that's necessary to do world-class research. So as I've mentioned there, it's enabling a transformation in scientific research and commercialization. So what is this all about? So it's got a cooperation program that supports interdisciplinary cooperating, spanning academia and industry around the world, and is boosting applications of AI technologies and ensuring transformative potential benefits to the region, to the whole African region. And predominantly, it's a state-of-the-art computing infrastructure, and it is supported by, or will be supported by teams of hardware, software, machine learning, and data engineers. And it's bringing together all these teams of engineers and researchers and compute infrastructure and extensive scientific instrumentation to help with that step change. It needs to enable that step change in research efforts. There's also open learning, where we're looking at inclusive participation, dissemination of knowledge and ideas, and the development of next generation African AI researchers. And then there's also been supported by Cirrus Foundry and the Cirrus Foundry Fund. And that is really to overcome the challenge of turning a startup idea or scientific research into large commercial applications. So on the left-hand side, we see a bit more information about this Africa's AI initiative. I think it's the first in Africa from a most powerful computer system in Africa by a factor of greater than 50, within the top 50 globally. On the right-hand side, you see some of the applications underpinning innovation in most scientific disciplines. And it could be really a game breaker. It's an incredible opportunity to help and support world-class research and applications. I've mentioned Data Science Nigeria. So we started off way back when I founded the Machine Intelligence Institute in 2016. We supported Data Science Nigeria with the first bootcamp and specific collaborations. I was also there in Lagos, Nigeria, supporting some of the follow-up bootcamps and participating in conferences. It's wonderful the work that Data Science Nigeria has been doing, and wonderfully led by Dr. Bayo Andankanbi. He's the Chief Transformational Officer of MTN in Nigeria, and he's the guy that founded Data Science Nigeria, and they've been going really from strength to strength with so many fantastic examples of things that they've been doing. But besides the boot camps, there's artificial intelligence summits. I've been participating in some of that summits. There's lots of training, there's competitions, various things that they do. This is just laying out their vision and some of their platforms and achievements. One wonderful achievement is just that more than 1 million direct downloads of their AI for Starter free ebook to stimulate interest in AI, which is awesome. There is various platforms that they have AI Plus, it's a knowledge box. If you don't have access to the internet, they provide all these AI-related knowledge in a box that one can access digitally, so which is fantastic. They've got these AI Plus clubs at secondaries and university, secondary schools, universities. They're doing AI for executives. They've got this summer school for grades 5 to 9 students, etc. So it's really great to see what they've been doing. Then Zindi, fantastic. We were also there when they actually started, and they've been growing tremendously. Right now, they've got more than 15,000 data scientists on their data science competition platform. It's modeled after Kaggle, but they are really focused on Africa and a thriving African data science community, and they want to solve the world's most pressing challenges using machine learning and AI. So fantastic organization, also one of MIA's partners. So I've mentioned as part of the goals and vision, smart technology centers of excellence. Now, if we want to do things at scale on the African continent, it's going to be important to put infrastructure and vehicles in place that will help accelerate the whole education entrepreneurship ecosystem. So this is a proposal that I actually made way back 2016. I think it was in a second presentation or talk or meeting of MIA, and what it's about is really establishing a smart technology center of excellence. So AI is one of the technologies within Smart Technology Toolbox. And there's really 3 legs. The first one is focusing on learning and research. Where we're looking at technology entrepreneurship and also machine intelligence or AI and data science, but then also inter and transdisciplinary online learning and research. Very important to see how we can apply these technologies in various disciplines. And this is where you create innovation. And I think we shouldn't be locked down in silos. We need to think out of the box. And there's great opportunities to do that. And then if we then you obviously want to take these ideas and research and preferably want to actually see, can we apply this? Can we create startups? And it could be for-profit, non-profit organizations that you can create smart education, smart agriculture, smart healthcare, smart energy, biotech, nanotech, neurotech, cognitive IoT, quantum computing, blockchain tech, all these kind of things. And what kind of support can a center of excellence provide to people that's having these ideas and supporting them through that? So we need to have that kind of infrastructure. And then there's opportunity to also connect the dots and connect various stakeholders in the education entrepreneurship ecosystem. There should be a collaboration platform for, say, universities as well, or colleges, so that we can keep people connected for lifelong and life-wide learning. Great opportunity to do secure digital certification. Great opportunity as a collaboration vehicle in this ecosystem, and also for partnerships. A bit more detail on that. So if you look at the Smart Technology Center of Excellence, and if it's implemented at a university, it could integrate and connect with various faculties where you can think out of the box. You don't need to be just in my faculty. I can use my skills and expertise, combine this with these smart technologies, and create solutions that could be transformative. That's the opportunity. And then you can also connect to other organizations and like government or regional technology hubs, community organizations like MIA, VC, startup incubators, community organization, technology providers. And you can also interact with other centers of excellence. There could be a lot of sharing, collaboration around what works at one. Say University A and B sharing things, or the smart technology that sits there sharing some of the successes with the others as well. And then you can take it further. You can say, well, let's create a mesh structured network of collaboration across the Africa continent and beyond, where you hook it up in this way. And I want to end off with just referencing Dr. Kai-Fu Lee. He did an excellent TED talk. He also talked about this, the future of AI, in his book, AI Superpowers. I highly recommend reading that book. And what he was particularly talking about here is, and I think is just about the anticipated impact of AI on certain jobs and tasks within jobs. So we can expect AI to really fill the gap for any kind of repetitive job, or routine jobs within 10 years, repetitive jobs within 5 years. If it's optimizing jobs, probably 15 years. So we got to be real about this is coming. If we want to leapfrog in Africa, we got to be aware of that, and then we got to position ourselves for that, and then think smartly about new jobs and how can we use smart technology in effective ways to create value and solve problems, so we can create abundance, not scarcity, abundance, and start solving problems at scale. That's the opportunity. Create a better world for all. Now, if you look at jobs or tasks within jobs, you can position it on an x-axis like this, all the way from left, repetitive, routine, optimizing, complex, creative. And you would have, say, jobs like telesales, dishwasher, customer support, maybe more repetitive, to jobs that's more routine, truck drivers, and so forth, but then all the way to more creative. But this is just one way of looking at it. Now, if you start adding other human dimensions, if we say, let's re-engineer society, let's re-engineer what is valuable, valuable tasks, valuable jobs, we can create another axis. We can create an axis where we say, let's call it a compassion axis. And there could be more axes like this, but let's just look at the two-dimensional structure. So if you go below, you would see compassion not needed. If you go up, you see compassion needed. So left is routine, repetitive, right is more creative. And then you can reposition the jobs and tasks and so forth like this. So some jobs would probably require more compassion than others. Some would be more creative. Some would be more repetitive, routine. But then we can create more jobs that's more human-centric, where more compassion is, for instance, needed. And we can even create more. And that is the opportunity. This is just a very small sample. We can think out of the box. We can think about various industries, agriculture, education, entertainment, all sorts of healthcare, incredible opportunities to create more work around smart technology. Now, how does AI play with this? So if it's repetitive, not compassion needed, AI space, that quadrant is owned by AI pretty much. If you move to the right-hand side below, you would find AI and then also more human plus AI when it gets to more creative things. That doesn't mean that AI can't do creative things, but it still can't do things that humans do. And then when you go above the line, you can see AI and you see humans, and you can see the warm embrace of humans utilizing AI in providing these compassionate services to other humans and people. And then to the right, you would see creativity and compassion, and that's probably more kind of the human domain for the future. Okay, so this is just getting that framework. I think it's important to keep this in mind as we build the AI ecosystem and trying to figure out how to solve problems, how to re-engineer society, create better economies, better governance, a more equitable world, and that's a challenge for us. We want to help business and society thrive. We want to help create that better future, so that is the opportunity. And that's that. So thank you very much. It was great to give this talk and participate in the Virtual Africa Tech Festival 2020. And you're welcome to connect with me on LinkedIn or social media channels. And please reach out if you've got any questions. So thank you very much.